Chapter 15. The king's palace and pyramids were surrounded by a wall of stone, with 12 gates, made of wood and iron. The wall was of sufficient breadth for 12 men to walk abreast thereon, and the height of the wall was equivalent to 12 squares. On the summit of the wall were 12 houses for the accommodation of the soldiers who patrolled the walls. And in each and every gateway were houses for the keepers of the gates, so that no man, nor woman, nor child could come into the palace or palace grounds without permission. And it came to pass that when Leotanis, the king's daughter, walked near the river, accompanied by her maids, she beheld a child in a basket amongst the bulrushes. Leotanis commanded her maids to fetch it to her, and when she looked upon it, and beheld it was an Israelite child, she said, "The gods have sent him to me, and he shall be my child." And they bore the child into the palace. And Leotanis said to the king, "Behold, the wonder of wonders! I have found an Israelite child in a basket in the rushes, and only gods know how it came, or how it scaled the walls." The king said, "Keep thou the child, and it shall be both a brother and a son to thee. Nevertheless, my guards shall find the way my grounds are entered, or blood will be upon them." Now after some days, and when the search had been completed, and no way discovered as to the manner of the child's ingress, the king issued a decree commanding 1,000 Israelite male children to be put to death, Moses amongst the rest, unless the mother of the child, Moses, came and acknowledged as to the manner of ingress. The king allotted 3 days in which time the matter should culminate, but nevertheless the mother came not and acknowledged. And the king called his daughter, and said unto her, "What shall be done?" Leotanis said, "The king's word must not be broken. Nevertheless, thou gavest the child to me, saying, Keep thou it, and it shall be a brother and a son to thee." And straightway I sent my maids and procured an Israelite woman as nurse for the child. And I set my heart upon the child, nor can I part with it and live. Last night I consulted the oracle as to the matter, for I saw that thy mandate must be fulfilled. The king said, "And what said the oracle?" Leotanis said, "Give word abroad that the nurse of the child is its mother. Now I beseech thee, O king, let it be heralded abroad that all is acknowledged." The king, seeing the child, relented, and word was proclaimed as Leotanis had desired. And, moreover, the matter was entered in the recorder's house, that the mother of the child had made the basket, and placed it where it was found, though no reason was assigned therefor. Such, then, was the Egyptian explanation. Now the truth of the matter was, the angels of Jehovah came to Jochebed, and said, "Thy son's name shall be Moses, signifying a leader forth, for he shall deliver the Israelites out of bondage. But he shall be taken from thee, and thou canst not find him. For the angels of Jehovah will deliver him into Leotanis' hands. And she shall adopt him as her brother and son, and bestow upon him the education of a prince." Jochebed feared, for in those days male children of Israelite parentage were outlawed, nor could any man be punished for slaying them. And Jochebed prayed Jehovah, saying, "Thy will be done, O Jehovah, for I know thy hand is upon my son. But I beseech thee, O Father, that I may come to the princess, and be her nurse for the child." The angel of Jehovah said, "Swear thou before Jehovah thou wilt not betray to the child, that thou art his mother." Jochebed said, "Though I be commanded by the king, yet will I not own that I am the mother, and it be thy will, O Jehovah." And Jehovah's angels fashioned a basket, and carried the child, and placed it where it was found by Leotanis and her maids. And Leotanis, seeing it was a Hebrew child, commanded one of her maids to go and bring an Israelite woman nurse it. And the maid went out beyond the Utak gate, and found and brought Jochebed, the child's mother, but no one knew she was its mother. And when Jochebed had come before the princess, the latter said unto her, Nurse thou the child, for I will be its mother, and its sister, for the gods have delivered it into my hands. And Jochebed said, It is a goodly child, I will nurse it for thee. Moses grew, and became a large man, being a purihuan, copper-colored, and of great strength. And Pharaoh, having no son, bestowed his heart on Moses, and raised him as a prince, having provided him men of great learning to teach him. Moses was master of many languages, and withal made acquainted with kings and queens and governors, far and near. And he espoused the cause of the king, whose dominions held 7 kingdoms beyond Egypt, as tributary kingdoms, which paid taxes to Pharaoh. So Pharaoh made Moses ambassador to the foreign kingdoms, in which capacity he served 12 years. But because of the prejudice against him, for being of Israelite blood, the court of Pharaoh importuned the king for his removal, and Moses was so removed from office, under the king. The king said to Moses, My son, this is a double infliction on me in my old days. In the first place, it is as a sword thrust, to cut off my love to thee, lest thou some day become king, and in the second place, it is hard for Pharaoh to be dictated to by his own court. Moses replied, Fear not, O king, that my love and thine can be severed. Oft it happeneth that men are tried in a way they know not the wisdom of, but which, afterward, we realize to be the best thing that could have taken place. As for myself, I think this rebuke is put upon me by Jehovah, because I labored not for mine own people. The king said, How so? Moses replied, For many days a great heaviness hath come upon me, it is as if the wind of heaven bore down on my heart, saying, Moses, Moses, lift up thy voice for thy people. For behold, the king, thy father, will favor thee. Pharaoh said, What wouldst thou, my son? And if it be possible to be done, it shall be done. Moses answered, Until I have gone amongst them and ascertained their grievances, I know not how to answer thee. The king said, Go, and keep thy counsel to thyself, until thou art returned. So Moses departed, and traveled over the land of Egypt, and was 4 months absent, and returned unto Pharaoh. And to him Moses related all the grievances of the Israelites, explaining the tasks put upon them, their denial before the courts, their forbiddance to education, and withal extolled them highly for being a peaceful and virtuous people. The king said, It is a pity, it is a great pity. But what can I do, O Moses? Thou beholdest how even thyself is chastised by the king's court. If I demand the repeal of the laws, the court will heap coals of fire on thy head, and on mine. Moses said, Neither know I, O king, what to do. And Moses was in great trouble of soul, and after he waited a while for his thoughts to come to him, he said, O king, this night thou and Leotanus shall reason with me, for I feel it incumbent, because of the pressure on my soul,